Ganesha Sharada Gurubhyo Namaha Agajanana Padmarkam Gajananam Aharnisham Anekadam Tam Bhaktanam Ekadantam Upasmahe. Welcome to all for this session on Ganesha Purana to chapter 41. So, in the previous chapter, we have seen the misery of the demigods as they were won over by the demon Tripura. Demon Tripura didn't stop at that stage. After having won over all the triple worlds, he even won over Brahma, Vishnu, and Maheshwara and captured the Brahmaloka, the Vaikunta, as well as Kailasa. And with that, there was nobody who could able to help the demigods in order to kill Tripura. Indra himself failed at that stage, and Brahma, Vishnu, Maheshwara, they all accepted and they gave up their own areas, they gave up their own world to Brahman Tripura. At that time, Narada came to the rescue of the gods and he told them that the only person who can help them now is Lord Gajanana, because it's the same Lord Gajanana who gave the boon to Tripura. So Lord Gajanana can also mitigate him. So on hearing this, they took Upadesha of the 10 syllable mantra and they recited it for several years. And with that, Lord Gajanana appeared before them. The only boon that all gods have asked him is to finish Demon Tripura. At that time, Gajanana told them that he will take care of the problems. So, on hearing this story, Vyasa, who was hearing this from Brahma, he asked the Brahma, what did Ganesha do? He who is the boon giver, Lord and creator of everything. Tell me that as requested, O Brahma. Brahma continued the story for Vyasa. Taking the appearance of a Brahmin, Ganesha went to Tripura. He saw that most excellent of Brahmins seated on a splendid seat. After he had arisen and performed obeisance, the demon invited him to sit on his own seat. In spite of however powerful the kings, rulers, or the demons, however powerful they always paid respect to the people who are after knowledge, who people who have gained the knowledge. So, in the same way, when Lord Gajanana went to the Rajasabha of the demon, the assembly of the demon. So the demon stood up and paid his respect and invited the Brahmin to sit on his own throne. And then, after honoring the Brahmin, who is originally Lord Gajanana, that means the Lord Gajanana himself in the form of a Brahmin, the demon Tripura honored him and then he asked him, where have you come from, O Brahmin? What do you know and what is your name? Tell me that as requested. What is your aim? If it can be achieved, the two of us will certainly do it for you. Two of us will do it. That means if Lord, the Brahmin, who is basically Lord Gajanana, if he has any wishes, the demon can fulfill it for him. And then Lord, in the form of that Brahmin, he asked, Demon, we are omniscient. We know everything, and as we roam about at will, we make our abode wherever we are. When evening comes, wandering out of a wish for the good of beings, in the triple world, we are famous under the name of Kaladharas. We are a group of Brahmins. We live on our own and we make a home wherever we stay. And I am known as Kaladhara. We want to see your grandeur, so we have now come to your home. Now that we have seen all your wealth, we are satisfied. Such wealth does not exist. Such a great wealth does not exist even in Kailasa Vaikuntha or in the Brahma's world, nor has such wealth as yours ever been seen even in Indra's heaven. So, with that, Lord Gajanana, in the form of a Brahmin, he is trying to encourage, he is trying to raise the ahankara of that demon, so that the demon will now filled with self pride. Whenever a person is filled with such kind of a pride, there is all possibilities that he will going to make a mistake. He will be out of his senses. That is the reason why when someone starts praising you, you need to be very careful, because that kind of a praising will raise your self pride, and in that raised self pride you are bound to make any mistakes. Now, Lord Gajanana is playing the same trick. The demon said, "O Brahmin, since you are just a Kaladhara, can you really appreciate that wealth? All beings have wealth, but you must extol my wealth over their wealth and display this gigantum wealth in their midst if you can." Since he is known as Kaladhara, that means one who mastered all form of arts. So everyone collect the wealth. But now, with the help of Kaladhara, Brahman Tripura wanted to have a multitude of that wealth so that it will be shining in the mid of the wealthy people. If you display it with your mastery over the art, O Kaladhara, if you display that capability, it, I will give you exactly whatever you want. O Brahmin, even my own life, if you want, I'll give it to you. Nothing I say is false, even if it is in jest or fantasy, O sage. On hearing this, Kaladhara told to the demon, having seen the wealth of others, what more could you want, O enemy of gods? I am, however, happy with your conduct, so I am going to give you a triple city made of gold, silver, and iron, which is shaped like an arrow. Remember long back when Lord gave him the boon, he told him that one day you will be given with the three floating cities, which will be like a aerial vehicle. These floating cities will be made of gold, silver, and iron. And another aspect which Ganesha do not tell him probably may not tell him now or may tell him. So the only thing is that day when Shuli, that is Shankara, when Shankara hit all the three cities with a single arrow, because they are floating cities, when they come, all come in one single alignment. At that time, if Shankara threw a single arrow, with a single arrow, if he destroy all the three cities, that is the end of the Daman Tripura. So here, Lord Gajanana is creating triple floating cities for him made of gold, silver, and iron, which is shaped like an arrow. Enjoy yourself there, secure for us, long time as you please. The gods, heavenly musicians, humans, and uragas, that's a sarpas, serpents, will be unable to pierce it. It will bestow any imaginable aim. Go where you wish, give wishes, and be auspicious. When in the course of time, yeah, here he tells him, when in course of time, if these three cities are pierced by a single arrow by Hara, then it will go into destroy you. So till that time, he can be floating on on these cities made of gold, silver, and iron. Brahma told him. Brahma continued the story. Having said this, he took up a bow, firmly placed an arrow in it, and then created the triple city, which was like the triple worlds. It had a variety of delightful palaces adorned with pleasure grooves and lanterns. And while bestowing every wish, it moved through the sky, accompanied by different groups of birds. Deluded by Maya, the demon stood on it, rejoiced ecstatically, and thundered like a cloud, shaking the triple world. Filled with arrogance and pride, he made the triple world shake, and he thought nobody can be better than me. Well, then he said to the Brahmin, "O excellent Brahmin, ask for something that is really difficult to get. I will give it to you." Though he was without desire, that Brahmin who had just been addressed spoke to the demon. Kaladhara initially told him that he has no desire, but just because now the demon is asking him, so he told about one of the wishes to be fulfilled for offering those three cities to the demon. So the Brahmin means originally the Lord Gajanana in the form of Brahmin. He asked, "Once I went to Kailasa and saw Shiva correctly worshipping an image of Ganesha, which grants any wish that can be conceived. Have it brought. Can you bring that and give it to me? If you can, O Lord of Demons. In my wanderings over the triple world, I have never seen such an image. So my heart is set on that image, O excellent demon. And once I have got it, I will have achieved my aim, O Lord of demons. Then I will proclaim your fame in the triple worlds with its moving and unmoving beings, namely that there is no one more generous than Tripura in giving what is being desired. This again is a way he is trying to pester him, so he is trying to pull up his arrogancy. The demon then said, "I regard Shiva as my servant and I take no account of the gods. So when I have retrieved this image, I will give it to you, O bull of Brahmins." So, because now his arrogance has rise to such a level. If you remember at the time when the boon was given to Tripura, Tripura was given with a caution. Remember, it is only the Lord Shiva who can destroy you. Because of that reason, under any circumstance, you should never develop an enmity with Shankara. But now, the Lord Gajanana himself tricked him to establish his enmity because the image of the Lord Gajanana, which the Shiva himself was worshipping, was a wonderful, beautiful idol which Shiva was never ready to give it to anybody in the world. And if it is taken over by Tripura, certainly an enmity will going to be established between Jaman Tripura and Lord Shiva. Brahma continued the story. After he had said this, he respectfully honored Kaladhara, gave him 10 villages, cows, clothes, ornaments, and jewels, coral and woolen coverlets, as well as large pearls and others which were highly valuable. The demon also gave him good horses and chariots with golden axles and guardrails, as well as 1,000 male and female servants adorned with many jewels, taking what had really been forced upon him because Kaladhara was not ready to receive anything, but he has forced all those things. He forced him to receive that. Kaladhara went to his own hermitage, exciting his wife and all those who dwelt in his hermitage. Brahma ending the story, he says, Narada narrated the whole story to the gods, and without regard for time, they allowed the days to pass. Thus ends the 41st chapter of Upasana Khanda of the glorious Ganesha Purana, in which Lord Gajanana visited Tripura in the form of a brahmin named Kaladhara and offered him the three cities. Now that the Lord has given him those three floating cities made of silver, gold, as well as iron, he also gave him a caution: be careful in case if Lord Shiva pierce them with a single arrow when they are aligned into a single line, there may be a trouble danger for you. But then he is already filled with anger. He is already been arrogant. And with his arrogance, since he already won over the Kailasa, he started explaining, saying that, oh, Lord Shiva is my servant. If I want, I can get anything that is available in Kailasa. You are asking for a simple Ganesha idol. I will get it to you. And the day I bring it over here, I will call and I will hand it over to you. Such is the level of arrogance. And if he makes this, certainly an enmity will be established with Shankara. And though the three cities would be keep on floating, a day would certainly come if Tripura has an end, because everyone who is born in this world will one day will have to end their life. So a day would certainly come when all those three floating cities will be in single alignment. At that time, Shankara will going to kill him. Namaste Sharada Devi Kashmir Puravasini Twamaham Prarthaye Nityam Vidyadanancha Dehime. Goodbye.